12s, you came through. We made it. 29,000 subscribers on the channel, but we're not stopping there. We want to get to 30,000 subscribers, and as promised, when we reach that 30,000 subscriber mark, the Gatorade bath is coming. I can promise you that. Got to get there first. Subscribe now, youtube.com/SeahawksTV. I'll even let you pick the color of the Gatorade. So, of the 29,000 of you, let's see where you're at. Type me if you are subscribed to Seahawks Today. Show yourselves out. We appreciate you. We do this show because of you guys. Let's get started with today's show. It's my favorite day of the week, Overreaction Monday here on Seahawks Today as we look back on the Seahawks' 27-22 loss to the Atlanta Falcons and react to all the scorching hot takes on your Seattle Seahawks after the defeat this weekend. And the first of those, fire Pete Carroll, that is being brought up. That is certainly a discussion around the Seahawk fans today. And I got to tell you, I think it's still way too early on this front. But what I would say, what falls on Pete Carroll and what falls on this coaching staff is that when you looked at the rosters all around the National Football League, Atlanta was as bad as anyone in the league this year. And so when you looked at this Seahawks team, you said to yourself, okay, when trying to find the wins this year, this is one you had to win, right? If this team was going to make any noise at all this year, do anything, you got to at least beat the Atlanta Falcons. There was no excuse to lose this game. And that falls on coaching. That falls on Pete Carroll. And Pete Carroll did radio in Seattle on 710 with Brock Heward and those guys, and he said that the Seahawks need to focus on stopping the run. No duh. I mean, like, have you seen the numbers? The last few games, they gave up 179 yards on the ground against the Falcons. 189 against San Francisco. Improvement, I tell you, 10 yards. And 103 yards against Denver. All those numbers of these three games add up for the second worst run defense, tied for second, in the entire NFL. That's not good. Not good at all to see those statistics. This run defense is a problem, and it falls on the head coach, Pete Carroll. He's the number one person to point to. Look, I like Pete Carroll. He's been very successful. He's had a good tenure in Seattle. I think it's too early to jump the gun and say he should be fired, but I will open up the floor to you guys. Here's your chance to sound off. Should the Seahawks fire Pete Carroll? Let me know. Give me a resounding answer one way or the other. HY for hell, yes. HN for hell, no. I want to know. You tell me one way or the other. Should the Seahawks fire Pete Carroll? HY for hell, yes. HN for hell, no. Let me know in the comment section. Number two, the season is over. That's what some people are saying after this defeat to the Atlanta Falcons, that it's time to tank and mail in the bag and all that. And, I can see there is intrigue from some folks to want to go ahead and push forward with the tank and get that easy draft pick, that lower draft pick, and start preparing for next year. But the truth of the matter is, despite how embarrassing a home loss to the Atlanta Falcons may be, Seahawks are still only one game back in the division, okay? I mean, even losing back-to-back games. And as good as we've talked about the NFC West being this year, for now anyway, the season is not over yet. I know some of you are sitting here and saying, throw in the towel, tank, call it a year. But you're just one game back, okay? It's not time to give up hope yet. All we can do at this point is just hold out hope. And so maybe the season gets away from the Seahawks at some point, but right now, don't throw it in just yet, okay? They're still only a game back. The Cardinals look pretty weak. San Francisco is going to be without Trey Lance, and Jimmy G's running out of the end zone like Dan Orlovsky. And then there's the Rams, who at 2-1 don't look as good as they did last year when they won the Super Bowl. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I'm not throwing in the towel just yet. What about you guys? What say you? The Seahawks should tank. True or false? Let me know in the comments section. Are you throwing in the towel in the year? Are you ready to move on and get ready for 2023 already? If so, type T for true, type F for false. Let me know in the comments section. The Seahawks should tank. T for true, F for false. Today's show is presented by BetUS, the exclusive sports book partner of Chat Sports, and they're offering a 125% deposit bonus with the promo code Seahawks125. If you go to chatsports.com/bet, use that promo code at checkout. They'll give you $125 to spend for free when you put $100 down. Great deal available now. You can bet on your Seahawks to potentially win the division or any NFL game for that matter, including this weekend's game, or you can bet on college football. Maybe you want to look ahead to some NBA action, whatever it may be. It's all in one place. BetUS has got you covered. Chatsports.com/bet. Promo code Seahawks125 for a 125% deposit bonus. Next overreaction. The Seahawks run game will not improve. Now, we saw the Seahawks run game this past Sunday. It looked as good as it has all season, but it wasn't necessarily that great. The numbers from the Seahawks on the run game, Rashad Penny led the way, 14 carries, 66 yards. DJ Dallas had 3 carries for 21 yards. Kenneth Walker III, 3 carries, 19 yards. Travis Homer with 1 carry for 7 yards. Homer, of course, had an injury. And then there was Geno Smith, who had 2 carries and lost a yard on the ground. Now, here's what I'll say about this as far as the run game goes. Kenneth Walker, this was his second game back from injury. I think Kenneth Walker is going to improve, and you're going to have a really nice rotation here with these backs. We saw DJ Dallas, how well he played in the preseason. And then, remember, the offensive line is still really young as well. Charles Cross, Abraham Lucas, your bookend rookie tackles, those guys are going to get better as the season goes along. So I'm not buying, I'm not settling that this running game is just going to stay as is, that we're not going to see an improvement. That is an overreaction, my friends. There is a light at the end of the tunnel for this run game, I believe. I don't think that we sit here and say to ourselves, yeah, 66-yard leading rusher, that's fine and dandy, that's good enough. No, we will see better days ahead. It might be a minute, won't be overnight. This offensive line still has a ways to go, but I feel optimistic. I think the run game will improve later on this year. What's your confidence level in the Seahawks run game right now? Look, we know Pete Carroll wants to run the football. The way that this offense is shaped by Shane Waldron, the offensive coordinator, they have to effectively run the football if they want to win football games. What's your confidence level in the Seahawks run game? Scale it for me in the comments section, 1 through 10. Put a number on it and let me know what your confidence level is in the Seahawks run game at this point in time. My last overreaction, I point to the rookies. Play the rookies more is what I'm hearing. And I got to tell you, this one, not an overreaction, I think. I agree with this one. The rookies should play more. Now, the statistics you see on your screen obviously do not include the likes of Charles Cross and Abraham Lucas, but those guys, of course, are controlling things on the offensive line like we've mentioned. But we saw Kenneth Walker get some playing time. Tariq Woolen had his first career interception, and he played fairly well. Boye Mafe had 2 tackles. Kobe Bryant had a tackle. And after the game, Pete Carroll said, look, got to play more of Boye Mafe. And what we saw out of him in the preseason, this is a guy that, I mean, why is he not getting more playing time? When I hear Pete Carroll say that, well, then do it. Play Boye Mafe more. Kenneth Walker III, as he gets healthier, I'd like to see him get more carries and more of a workload, get involved. Tariq Woolen's looked really good at this point. Kobe Bryant, remember, he and Woolen were toe-to-toe throughout OTAs and throughout training camp. If Woolen's playing good already, then let's see more of Kobe Bryant too, because I don't think they're far off from each other. Remember, Bryant was the higher draft pick of the two. So, yes, that is something I would say. I don't think it's an overreaction. I would say play these rookies more. We already know the Seahawks had a good rookie class, 9 players drafted, and you have a few already starting. Let's see more of these guys in particular, like Boye Mafe, get more playing time for this Seahawks team on the job training. Let them grow a bit and see what they're made of. So there's the overreactions on this Monday edition of Seahawks Today. Fire Pete Carroll? Not yet anyway. The season over? Let's see. Let's give it a little more time. The run game will not improve. I think the run game is going to get better, but it's not going to be easy. And play the rookies more? Absolutely. I would love to see that happen. See those young guns get more playing time with your Seattle Seahawks. That does it for Seahawks Today. On a Monday, we will see you tomorrow. As always, you can follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, @Tyler Jones Live. Have a great day.